Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and this vehicle is not what we are going to be focusing on today, as I'm sure you are all very aware from the title, but I wanted to use it to get a little bit of scale, or at least a little bit of a sense of scale. So this is obviously Red's first gen in stock configuration, and we're going to go ahead and fire it up and take it around the corner to see what's waiting over there on the other side of it. Now, once we get this running, and we get it around the corner, you guys may or may not be able to see what so there's the front of it. This could very well be the longest drivable vehicle in SnowRunner's history. Maybe, I'm not sure off the top of my head. It might be, it might not be. We're about to find out though. So there's the front of it, and as you can see, it has Tega tires. It has a lot of them. And, well, it goes a long ways back. So, if you saw this on one of my recent streams, this is basically the rocket train trailer turned into a drivable vehicle. Now, currently this only runs on the public test server as I am recording this video, but once Phase 4 releases, this should, in theory, make its way to the game on both PC and consoles. Now, the previous, I shouldn't say the previous version of this, but basically the last train vehicle to get this type of treatment was the locomotive, and as you guys know, the drivable locomotive made its way to consoles, actually made its way to consoles fairly quickly and gets updated fairly regularly. So now, it's time to switch over to the drivable train rocket and see what this thing is actually like to drive on the testing grounds. Now, when you make the switch to it, yeah, that's when you kind of realize that this thing, I mean, it is so incredibly oversized that there really is, like, there's no practical use for driving this around. Absolutely none. However, there would be a lot of hilarity that would ensue if you got this vehicle into a multiplayer session with your friends. That would be freaking hilarious. But as far as the setup, if you even want to call it a setup, but the setup on this thing goes, there's a few different suspensions. There's active 2 train, active 2 train 2, and active 2 train 2-0, and then the liftoff, which I don't know what that does. There's also off-road train deep water, whatever that does. What happens if maybe it makes it drivable underwater. I'm not even sure. It can apparently haul the IX trailers, which is odd, and it can haul scout trailers. It can also haul like a generator trailer. So the gearbox we're using is, let's see, the fine tune, but there's a lot. There's the default, the F750, the fine tunes, the highway, the off-road, Scout TUZ, another fine tune, what in the heck? US Max Truck 3 engine, and then Max XL winch, and then we're running a set of extreme grip Tega tires because that's the sort of the default setup. So let's fire it up, and it does fire it up. It just kind of makes a bunch of like train noises. But, so that's what the liftoff suspension does, apparently. Well then, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that is off we go. So let's set off, and it gets moving. Will it go through the trees? Well, kind of. It doesn't want to. I feel like we've already heavily messed it up. Now, I'm sure that there are going to be people out there that are going to be like, what in the heck is this? Why is it in the game? It should not be here, and why are you driving it? And at the end of the day, is this thing worth anything in terms of, like, objective-based gameplay? No, God, no, absolutely not. But on the basis of, like, literally having, you know, a few laughs and driving a ridiculous vehicle around, even if you only drive it around for a couple of minutes, it is totally worth it. It is hilarious, and it is totally 100% worth it. I guess that kind of depends on what your sense of humor is, but my God, who wouldn't want to drive around in a freaking rocket with wheels? Now, it's funny, because there was that rocket that looked like a pod racer that was released a while back, but, like, this takes the term rocket to a completely new level. And yes, rest assured, we will be taking it off the bridge jump later on in this video. Now, let's see. The funny thing is, the wheels just kind of sit there in space. You know what I mean? There's no suspension, you know, connecting them to the rig. They just literally sit there. Will it go into high? Kinda. But high doesn't really do anything for it. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Oh, God. That was weird. I think one of the bits of scaffolding around the edge of the rocket caught one of the trees. It's very strange. There's a lot to think about while you drive this thing. Be prepared for the unexpected. That's what the people coming around the other end of this corner should be prepared for. The absolutely, most definitely 110% unexpected. Because if this came around the corner on me, I would be like, what are you doing and why are you here? But yeah, I don't think I know of any other vehicle that is drivable in this game that is longer than this. This is quite potentially the longest possible vehicle I've ever seen. And I'm just, like, it's so weird. Like, I just wish we could actually, like, launch it, you know? Like, raise it up, like, just straight up and just literally take off into space. I know that that's not really possible with, like, the physics system and a lot of other things, but my God, it would be so freaking cool. So let's back you up real quick. And the bridge jump is really the only way we could technically, like, launch the rocket, I guess. But, like, this stretches across nearly the entire testing ground mud pit. It is that big. God, the freaking engine didn't even remotely get wet. Like, what? And it does have which point. Oh my God, I just realized there's a driver. He's, like, sitting almost sort of like inside the support beam. Can you guys see him right there? Like, little tiny dude. I'll show you guys. Right there. I didn't even realize the first time I drove this thing around, this dude is like half inside this support beam and somehow he's seat belted into it. I don't even know what in the heck is going on here, but yeah, somehow it works. Somehow, in some way or another, it works, or it's been made to work. This is what happens when people learn to really, really, really mess around with the XML files of the game. But you know what? I am not mad about it at all. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant that someone saw this and was like, we need to be able to drive that. That mud pit's starting to actually kind of like sink it just a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. There's third gear. There's fourth gear, but it's not really like it's going to go anywhere all that quickly. The only kind of launching it's going to be doing is like over the top of the hill and then coming back down. It's not like it's going to actually take off into space or anything like that. I wish it would. Believe me, I wish so deeply that this thing would launch off into space. And, you know, we took it to the ski jump map on stream, and it did pretty good. It actually, on one of the ramps, did a fully rotated front flip, landed on its wheels, bounced back up, did a corkscrew, and then landed again. And I was just so incredibly, like, it's not even that I was, like, blown away by it. I was just surprised. You know what I mean? Now, I do wonder if it'll just drive through the river with, like, no notion of engine damage at all. Chilling in third gear right now, like it literally doesn't even matter. Dude, oh my God. Can you imagine just like, you know, driving around in Phase 4, like on one of the new Phase 4 maps, and the train gets here and he's like, hey dude, I'm here to like take you to the launch site. And you're like, nah, I don't need it. I'll drive there myself. Don't even worry about me. I got this. I've got this 100%. I've fitted up some Bluetooth wheels, and I'm good to go. God, there you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Either it's going to absolutely just send me into oblivion when those trees let loose, or I'm going to be just fine and I'm going to drive off into the water. One way or the other, I would really like one of those options to happen very soon. Oh, there it is. Hey, all right, made that. Now it's time to find out if this thing really does just drive through water. Oh, it's starting to shake. The physics are starting to freak out. Oh no. Oh no. This is what happens when things are about to explode. Oh god! I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why it's doing this, but every time I've ever had something do this in this game before, it's like right before something goes very, very wrong and either the vehicle shoots into like space somewhere or the physics glitch out and the game crashes. So one of those two things is gonna happen. I just don't know which. Like, I literally have no idea which. I think it's still just gonna shake. It's just gonna shake like mad. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do then. We are going to let this guy just chill right there because we have proven, I think, at this point that it doesn't really seem to care about the water. So we're gonna just grab another one, I think. We're gonna grab another one. We're gonna put it right there. And by default, I believe it has the same setup. So off we go to the bridge jump, and we fired it up, and we're on our way. This one, I love how it's like, oh yeah, suspension damage right off the bat. A tiny little barrel, yeah, it's gonna destroy your freaking rocket train. Better avoid a road sign. Also, while you're at it, better avoid, like, you know, small shrubs. Those will apparently completely destroy your entire suspension. You know, because, like, realistic physics. Then again, nothing about this vehicle in any way, shape, or form is designed to react realistically to the environment around it. So, I guess we could kind of make some exceptions for that. Now, let me know in the comments section down below if this is a vehicle that you plan on using if and when it makes its way to consoles, or if you already have used it on the public test server on PC. Now, providing that it fits on the bridge, we are still going to do a bridge jump. Come on. No, 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 no. Yes. No. Maybe. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, that. Rotate me. Please. I'm steering it with the middle of it right now. There you go. I just want the whole thing on the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the whole thing on the bridge, and I want to... Okay. Wow, it just barely fits. Look at that. Look at that. It just barely fits. What? All right. Go. Second. Third. Third. Fourth. There it is. Go. Not much of a jump. God, it stretches from, like, the bridge ramp all the way to the trees. This thing is so silly. But if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, like, wacky, quirky thing in the comments down below. If you enjoyed it, also make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later, and I hope you guys enjoyed.